All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome. All right. Coach Luis here, health fitness specialist for Exos at Autodesk. Welcome, everybody, to the first live stretch break of the week. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and ask everybody if there's anything you feel needs a little bit extra love or stretching, feel free to drop that in the chat, or you can come off mute and say it out loud. We're always open to suggestions here. Definitely want to work in some specific stuff if you guys have anything specific that is bothering you. So I'll give you guys a second or two to fill that in. Otherwise, got a routine here. We're going to get into some hamstrings, some hips. We're going to open up that chest a little bit. We've probably been sitting at the desk a little bit too long. A little shin box action, and then if we got some time at the end, maybe we will do some neck circles. But as of right now, I'm not seeing any suggestions. Give you guys one more second. Remember, nothing is off the table. Feel free to suggest anything. If not, we'll go ahead and get started here in a sec. All right, everybody. Not seeing anything in the chat. However, if you do get inspired as time goes on, I'll keep my eye out for anything you guys want to drop in there. Now, for this session specifically, we're just going to need a little bit of space, and then we are going to be in a kneeling position at one point. So plan to fold up that yoga mat or grab a pillow or a pad to make that contact with the ground a little bit more comfortable. We're going to start in standing here today, though. So let's find our standing space. We're going to start by doing a little dynamic warm up of those hamstrings, or stretching out that whole back side, of which we know is all connected. So let's plant that right foot. Right foot's going to stay where it's at. We're going to be bending that right knee a little bit. Left leg is going to come out forward, out in front. That heel is going to be planted on the ground with the toes up. Now, as we go through here, we're going to be pushing the hips back, bending that right knee. That left leg is going to stay nice and straight with those toes up. So let's push those hips back, come down, try and swing our hands, near the feet, doing a little bit of a dynamic stretch through the hamstrings, and then coming back all the way up to standing. Now we can kind of go at our own pace here, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. We don't want this to be something that we get extra out of breath with. We just want to feel that medium stretch as we go down and push those hips back. So imagine we got a wall that's right behind us, or a few inches behind us. Let's push the hips back to make contact with the wall as we come down and scoop. Let's do two more. Nicely done there, you guys. Try and stay even through those hips. Last one. Beautiful. Okay, let's plant that left foot next. We're going to have the same opportunity on the right side. So right heel planted out a little bit in front of us, couple inches. The right leg's going to stay nice and straight. Toes will stay up, and we will push the hips back and bend that left knee as we go through. So same deal. Let's touch our hips to that wall behind us. Ooh, this side's a little tighter for me. And we can start to scoop a little bit, pushing the hips back, swinging those hands down near the foot or ankle. It doesn't have to be exact, guys. What we're just focusing on here is a dynamic stretch for those hamstrings. And after a few, mine are already starting to feel a little bit less tight. Let's breathe. Let's do two more. Nice work there, you guys. All right. Relax those legs, take them out of that position, shake them out a little bit if you need to. Next, we're going to come down to the ground, more specifically to a half kneeling position. So might need to fold up that yoga mat, grab a pad, grab a pillow. We want to be comfortable. So plain and simple hip flexor stretch here. We're going to start by tilting the pelvis back, and that usually happens when we give that back glute a nice squeeze. So left knee on the ground, left glute is going to squeeze. I'm going to pull my belly button in towards the spine, and then from here, while holding that squeeze in both those positions, we can start to push the hips forward a little bit, looking for a medium stretch in the front of that hip here. Once we do find that medium stretch, you guys, expand that area that we feel the stretch in by breathing into it. So nice deep inhales, almost like we're trying to inflate that area that we feel stretched. Keep that left glute on. Let's do a couple more breaths. Well done, you guys. Keep that left glute going. And after that next exhale, we can relax, push our weight back a little bit, and then let's switch over to the other side. All right, so opposite knee down here. My right knee is down, so that right glute is going to start by squeezing, going to pull my pelvis into posterior tilt, then pull the belly button in towards the spine, push the hips forward a little bit here, trying to find some stretch. Once we do, we're going to inhale right into that tension. Keep that glute squeeze, you guys. Sometimes giving that hip a little bit of a tap helps to cue that glute to stay on, to stay awake. Let's do one more breath. Nicely done. Slowly we can release that tension. We'll shift our weight back. We're going to stay in this kneeling position next here, you guys, but now we're going to go into what's known as tall kneeling. So instead of just one knee on the ground, it's both knees on the ground. Let's go ahead and check in with those glutes that we were just using. So give those a nice squeeze. We're going to bring the pelvis right under us. Let's find a little bit of tension through the core as well. We want to keep the spine nice and stable. We're going to take those hands, interlace them behind the back here. Let those hands get really heavy like they're holding a big kettlebell. We're going to straighten those arms, pull the shoulder blades back and together, thus opening up that chest. All right, guys, so as we get in this position, you might already be feeling some stretch. Let's breathe heavily into the chest. Having our gaze go straight, or we can take the head up just a little bit if it's comfortable. And really open up the front of the body here. Typically, it's really closed down as we sit over the desk, hunch over the computers, or whatever else. So the more we can open that chest, the more we can really begin to look up and pull that head back. Those are going to be key factors in avoiding injury over time. Let's do one more big breath in this position. Make sure we got the squeezes going still. Good, and after that next exhale, we can slowly let those hands come undone. Shake those arms out at our sides here. We're gonna come now all the way down to the ground into that lovely shin box position. I'm gonna move my camera down here for a moment. All right, so shin box position, to those who are unfamiliar, we're gonna have one leg bent at the knee out front here, laying on the ground, and then the other leg out to the side, also bent at the knee. We want the contact with the ground to be at the knees and the ankles. And what we're gonna do is be pretty much motionless from the waist down here. We're gonna do some rotation. So take a moment to get comfortable in this position. Whatever leg you have out in front, we're gonna take that same side hand planted over here to the side of the body. So this might take some tension off those hips. We're going to rotate from this position. So let's stay nice and tall. What we're going to do is inhale to prepare, and then we're going to reach through. We're going to kind of thread the needle, reach through this gap, and then recoil back out of it. So here we go. Now we'll start. Let's inhale to prepare. And as we exhale, we're turning our head, reaching through that gap, turning as much as we can, head included. And then let's recoil back out of it. Good job. We got two more on this side. Inhale to prepare. Big exhale like we're blowing through the straw. Turning, reaching through that gap. Might hear some pops and some cracks. Typically okay if it's not associated with immediate 10 out of 10 pain. All right, last one. Here we go on this side. Inhale. Exhale and reach. Trying to go a little bit further than those first two times. And then let's recoil back out of it. Nicely done, you guys. Okay, we're gonna switch over to the other side. So that means rearranging our legs. If you had the left in front to start, let's get that right in front to start, and vice versa if you started the opposite way. You might notice that this is the tighter side or the easier side to sit on. Make a little mental note of that. But for now, we're gonna plant that same side hand as that front leg out to our side, upper body supported. All right, here we go. 3 big reps. We're gonna inhale and prepare. Exhale, reach that gap. Here we go. Exhale, reach, turn that head. We're trying to look at the wall behind us. Big twist. and then we can come out of it. There we go. All right, 2 more. Here we go. Big exhale, big reach. Turning that head maybe a little bit more. As long as it's comfortable, let's come out of it. One last time. Here we go. Trying to go as far as we comfortably can. Inhale, and exhale and reach. Good job, everyone. Let's recoil back out of that. Good job. All right, all done with the shin box stuff here for today. We got a little bit of time left, so let's end on a nice relaxing note. Let's come all the way back up to our feet. It doesn't have to be real quick. This is not one of my Workout Wednesday classes. We don't have to get up off the ground really quick. Taking it easy here on this Monday. All right, we're gonna end with some neck circles. So all we need from the feet is to be planted about hip width, shoulder width apart, comfortable stance. We'll find some tension in those glutes and through the core just to make sure the spine doesn't wiggle out of place. Relax the arms down by the side. We're gonna start with the chin on the chest. We're trying to do 3 big circles in each direction. So I'll let you guys go ahead and start whichever direction you wanna go with first. We're trying to draw the biggest possible circle on the ceiling. Imaginary pen attached to the nose. We're just trying to keep that regular breathing going throughout these rotations here. It's not going to be easy, but something to focus on here. Breathing, taking it nice and slow. Letting all sorts of areas of our necks get stretched out. Good job here, everybody. Good job. Once you guys reach the end of that third rotation for the first direction, feel free to just take it in the opposite direction and switch it up. Now would be a good time to check in on that tension in the glutes and the core to make sure we're solid everywhere below the neck. Again, might be some pops and some cracks here, guys. Typically harmless. It's not damage being done to the joints. Just some sliding and gliding of tissues. All right, coming on the last rotation here, wherever you guys are at. Maybe you're already done. I'm on my last one here, just closing it out. Way to stay breathing there, you guys. We're ending with the chin on the chest. Then we can bring that head all the way back up. Perfect. That is all the time I have left for this session here today. Thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget, we do have one more live offering as far as classes go here today, and that is Abs and Core / Mobility Monday with Brittany, and that is at 5 p.m. Pacific. So don't miss out on that, as well as all the other live classes we got going on over the course of every single weekday, and you can find that on our SharePoint site, Exos at Autodesk on Autodesk One. All right, guys, hope to see you guys in the next session. Take care. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.